Hi, my name's Jill Holden with Sundance Gardens. I'm here at the Capella Arts Center and we need to talk. Don't feel bad, don't be embarrassed. We've all done it. You overindulged. You bought too much produce at the farmer's market on Saturday, didn't you? Now it's Wednesday, Thursday. All those fine vegetables that the farmers grew for you are mocking you from the refrigerator. And you know you're gonna do it again on the following Saturday, so what do? You can pickle it. That's what I'm gonna teach today is quick pickling, refrigerator pickles. None of the hassle of like home canning where you wanna make something shelf stable to put in your pantry. These guys go straight in the refrigerator. You can get it done in minutes, and you can do it with virtually any vegetable that you've overindulged in. So, we're gonna start with that. Few minor parameters that you have to follow. You wanna choose produce that is fresh. Well, you got it at the Capella Farmers Market, so what's the problem? You're already set there. So you need something fresh and sturdy. Obviously, salad greens don't pickle well. Virtually anything else will. Today, we've got peppers and zucchini, beautiful little indigo ruby cherry tomatoes, all of which can be pickled. The basic thing that you'll do is choose a glass jar because you're using acid. You want something non-reactive. Glass is important. What size it is, where you got it, is not important. It could be an old mayonnaise jar. It does not matter. You can do pickled cherry tomatoes, pickled baby rainbow carrots, and the standard pickled cucumber. Everybody knows that. Dill, cucumbers, onions, what's the problem? You can be more adventurous than that as well. We're gonna do today what we call just a salad topper, a sandwich topper. It might have another fancy name, but it's just a crisp little slaw, pickled slaw that goes on any sandwich, particularly good on barbecue. You need something acid to counteract the fat in a barbecue sandwich. This is the ticket. So, in general, you have a glass jar, you have your vegetable components, and you have a brine. The brine is gonna be equal parts vinegar, your choice. White vinegar, rice wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, not a great choice. It's too dark, it's cloudy. But red wine vinegars, those are all the same acidity, so you'll do equal parts whatever vinegar you like and water. You will also want salt and, if you're so inclined, a little bit of sugar. That's optional. So to 1 cup water, 1 cup vinegar, you'll use 1 tablespoon of kosher or coarse salt or 1.5 teaspoons of regular table salt that is finer. That's just a general purpose, anything you want to pickle brine. You can, if you're in a hurry, mix those up in a saucepan, put them on to boil so that the sugars and salts dissolve, but that's totally not necessary. Basically what you'll do is choose a jar. We're gonna go with just a quart canning jar. Choose whatever components you want to use. In our sandwich topper, we're gonna do shredded carrots, shredded cabbage. We're just gonna kind of layer them in there. To that, we're gonna add a couple of green onions that we'll just slice across the white, all the way up the green. As I get up the end of the stem, I make the pieces a little longer. Put a layer of that in there. Gonna throw some serranos in because we like it spicy. I'm gonna do probably 2 serranos cut on the bias, which is just a fancy word for long skinny slices, kind of at an angle. It makes a prettier slice than just a round. So we'll do that. These serranos I'm not gonna bother seeding because the point of that is to be spicy. This is just going to be moderately spicy with, say, 3 serrano peppers. If you wanted to go Chernobyl, then 5 or 6 would be in order. But we're just going to keep it family friendly. Well, Texas families, you know, they all like a little spice. Okay, for some color, this is a sweet pepper. I'm gonna pull the seeds out of that. And then just skinny little matchsticks on these red sweet peppers. They're just for crunch and color, add a little texture to things. Those guys go in there. There's the vegetable component. Now you're gonna need to add some sort of spice. You wanna use whole spices. Red pepper flakes, black peppercorns. This is dill seed, mustard seed. If you use ground spices, they'll get cloudy and you know, the flavor's there, but you want it to be delicious and beautiful. So we're just gonna use whole spices. I'm gonna put a little bit of mustard seed in there, do some black peppercorn, bump it up with some crushed red pepper. I'm gonna put a pinch of sugar in there, and then this is about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And I'm gonna put a little lime zest in there because we're gonna kind of go a little Asian-y flair on this. There's some lime zest. And today we're gonna use rice wine vinegar. Has slightly less acidity than most other vinegars, but for our refrigerator purposes, it's perfectly fine. Now you could measure this out, but this is a quart jar, so we're gonna just eyeball it. That's the beauty of refrigerator pickles. There's none of the danger of killing somebody like you can with a poorly canned pantry product. It's in the refrigerator, it's safe. There's a lot of leeway on your measurements. You can think of refrigerator pickles as the flip-flop Bermuda short wearing pickle that nobody's, you know, no worries there. That looks about 50-50 on our vinegar water. Once again, if you want to do measurements, it's 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, and a tablespoon of coarse salt or 1.5 teaspoons of table salt. So we've got everything layered in there. Just gonna give it a good shake. That's dispersing everything, kind of mixing it all up. Let this sit in the fridge for a couple of days. Frankly, I'll eat it in 2 hours, but a couple of days is good. 2 weeks, oh my goodness, it's even better if it lasts that long. Don't be afraid to pickle anything that you come home from the market with. You can do it, anything. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You got a new flavor that you didn't try before. So there we go. That's quick pickling in a nutshell.